What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? So today I am doing my first review video of a gaming mouse, and this is the Pulsar Xlite Wireless, and this is my first wireless mouse. I wanted to give out a review because I know this mouse has kind of blown up recently, and I was looking for a ergonomic mouse that I could swap between my Endgame Gear XM1R. House Gaming did a review on this and fresh reviews, so I was like, all right, let's get this, see how it is. So I had this for about a week and 2 days now, and it's a very solid mouse. So let's get into it. So the price is $74.95. You can get it in white, black, or red, which is the color I have right here. And you can buy it off of Amazon or their website, pulsar.gg. Let me show you the packaging real quick. Box that it came in. It's a very nice box. I ain't gonna lie. It's really solid packaging. It had the dongle, the cord, and also came with a sticker and a card with their QR codes, so you can download their manual and software, and you can join their Discord channel right here. The build quality. There is creaking when you squeeze it, and there is flex on the top when you press down. Otherwise, there is no flex anywhere. So here, let me show you that real quick. I don't know if y'all can see that or hear it, but here, let me press down on top of here. There is flex. But otherwise, everywhere else, no flex anywhere. Like right here on the mouse, nope. The sides, nope. Nowhere, nada. So you would think that with a mouse that's built like the way it is, with the holes everywhere and no bottom, there would be a bunch of flex and creaking everywhere. But that's just not the case, except for what I just mentioned, the occasional creaking and the flex on the tippity top. Considering the fact that there are a bunch of holes everywhere and there is no bottom cover, the build quality is still solid. As long as you don't squeeze it like you're about to do a 130 kilo snatch or hammer fist the mouse like you're doing Krav Maga, you'll be fine. The mouse weighs 58 grams. I would hope it would weigh that light with all the holes. And like I said, there's no bottom of the mouse to achieve that lightweight. So you're getting a B+ mouse in terms of build quality, in my opinion, at a very light weight. So it's pretty solid. Now onto the clicks. There is pre-travel and post-travel on the main buttons. So there's some of that creak. I don't know if y'all heard that, but yes, there is pre-travel and post-travel on the main buttons, but it's not significant. It's what you would expect from any other top-tier mouse. Let me pull out my Rocket Burst Pro. So what I'm trying to say is basically with any top-tier mouse, there's going to be pre-travel and post-travel, but as long as it's not significant, I think it's okay. But I know there are people out there who do care about that, so I just wanted to point that out. The tactility feels light on the main buttons, and it feels light on the side buttons as well. And the side buttons feel great. They're most definitely my favorite side buttons of all time. The size is great. The tactility isn't like the Rocket Burst Pros, but it still feels good. There is pre-travel and post-travel on the Pulsar, but it's not significant. It's what you expect from any other mouse. And here's a sound test of the clicks. Now about the scroll wheel. The scroll wheel feels tactile, but not as tactile as something like the Rocket Burst Pro. The audio feedback is very silent, and although it's not as tactile as the Rocket, it is very satisfying to scroll with and use in-game. For example, Titan Skating in Destiny 2 feels very easy on the Xlite Wireless compared to the XM1R or the Burst Pro. The sensor they are using is the PAW3370, and it feels great in-game. You are not going to notice any difference when using it wired or wireless. And speaking of wired, the cord for the mouse is very flexible, and the dongle is very nice as well. Now onto the stock feet. The stock feet feel very similar to core pads in my opinion, so you don't necessarily need to upgrade to core pads unless you live and die by those aftermarket mouse skates. Although if you're someone who hasn't used core pads before, I'd say you don't need to buy them for this mouse. I do feel the texture of the Odin Infinity when I move it around with big movements versus the XM1R with core pads on it, where I don't feel the texture at all. Here's the XM1R with core pads on it. And the stock feet. The battery life is up to 70 hours and it charges very quickly as well. Software is great and it is very simplistic and easy to use. You can assign buttons, have up to 4 DPI levels, 4 profiles, record macros, change the polling rate, change the liftoff distance, see your battery level, the usual shenanigans you would expect. And you can change the debounce time as well, as low as 0 milliseconds to as high as 30 milliseconds. So now it's time for the cons of the mouse. In my hands, it can feel slippery at times, especially when I don't have lotion on my hands, like just after I wash my hands. It can feel slippery and hard to grip. So if you're, if you're anti-lotion or something, be prepared for the slipperiness. Grips for the Pulsar are coming in today, so hopefully that will fix that issue and I'll let you guys know how that feels. The creaking and slight flex on the top sucks. But again, considering the fact there's holes everywhere and there's no bottom, Pulsar has done a great job with the build quality. There is no DPI button, so you have to configure it in the software. And I configure it to the mouse wheel click. And speaking of the mouse wheel click, the tactility, it's normal. It's not as tactile as the Burst Pro. In my experience, it's going to take time to get used to the shape if you're used to having pinky support on your mouse. Previously, I've used the Rival 310, and I'm currently using the XM1R and a little bit of the Burst Pro as well. And what they all have in common is that they have pinky support. So with the Rival 310 being ergonomic and having that wide flare to the side right there, provides excellent pinky support. XM1R has this flare on the side. I don't know if y'all can see that right there, but that little flare right there provides great pinky support. The Rocket Burst Pro has that small side flare as well. The Pulsar, on the other hand, does not have that. It forced me to bring my pinky up more rather than having it near the back like I could with the Rival 310, the XM1R, the Burst Pro as well. Like, I have to put it right under my ring finger. So it's gonna take some time to getting used to that if you're used to having that kind of shape. with these 3 mice right here. But other than that, it's not hard to get used to, and once you do get used to it, it's fun to use with. I really do enjoy this mouse. I don't know, I'm glad Pulsar is providing such a nice mouse for only $74.95. So what you're getting here is a steal, I would say, and if you're looking for a wireless ergonomic mouse, this is the one for you. You barely need any upgrades, maybe grips for how slippery it can feel at times, and maybe core pads. Shout out to Lethal Gaming Gear, by the way, for selling all them core pads and BTL grips I got on my Endgame right here. My XM1R right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if this was scuffed. This is my first review video, but I hope you all got the insight that you needed, and I will be reviewing other mice soon. So I'll be reviewing my XM1R with my core pads and my BTL grips, and the Rocket Burst Pro as well. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I see you guys soon. Peace.
Come on, set.